This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so again, I'll just write here what are the basic requirements that we need to set up, and then we will start doing the setup in the system. So our customer has two legal entities. Okay, which are those two legal entities? Number one is ABC Chemicals India Limited. Okay, and number two is ABC Chemicals US. Okay, now ABC Chemicals India Limited is following April to March. Okay, and ABC Chemicals US is following Jan to December. Also, the requirement from ABC India Limited is to open current period only. They don't want to open any other period. Okay, at any point of time, there should be only one period should be open. For US, it is current plus previous period. Only two periods they want to allow to be open. Okay, so these are the basic requirements that these customers have. At the same time, we also can check with the customer about their list of accounts. See, whenever you are going to talk about accounting, it is all about debit and credit, right? So if you want to debit something, if you want to credit something, what you need account, right? Which account to debit, which account to credit. So you need to understand from the customer what are the different accounts they need, right? So maybe see they are new to SAP, but they are already using any of the accounting software. It may be Tally, it may be anything else. So we need to collect, we need to ask them to provide us a list of those accounts that they are using currently. Okay, so for example, within accounts payables, whether they have domestic or foreign, within accounts receivables, again within they have the group companies, AR or the customers who are external AR. Okay, say in expenses they may be having maybe 20 types of different expenses: rent, electricity, travel expense, refreshment expense. So we need the list of all those GL accounts. So list of GL accounts in SAP is called as, any idea what is list of GL accounts called in SAP? It is called as chart
Upon
of
good
accounts.
chart of
Chart of accounts is nothing but a list of all those GL accounts that you are going to use in order to process your transactions. Okay, so we need to set up at least these things in the system, and then we will proceed with the other topics. So let's start with creating these two legal entities. We want to create these two legal entities. Okay, now what I'm going to do is every topic, whenever we are going to talk about, let's say I'm talking about a legal entity, but this legal entity is a layman term. Legal entity is a term which is followed in the industry. Okay, but in SAP there is nothing called as legal entity. So we also need to understand what is the meaning of legal entity in SAP. In SAP, what does a legal entity means? Because in SAP we have different concepts. Okay, we have something called as company, we have something called as company code, we have something called as business area. So where exactly are we going to use what? Is legal entity a company or the company code? So those things we need to discuss. Okay, so let me tell you, in SAP, the legal entities are called as company codes. Okay, which means whenever we are saying that we need to create these two legal entities in SAP, we will say we need to create these two company codes. Okay, so how are we going to do that? As I told you, whenever you log in into the SAP system, let me again show you. If I, in order to log in into SAP, I need to double click. This is a logon pad which will be provided to you in any customer's environment. Okay, and this is the list of servers. Okay, so if you are a consultant and you are working for multiple customers, so you will see this is for one customer, this is for second customer. You can have list of different servers here. Okay, and once you double click on this, you need to provide your credentials. This will be given to you by each and every customer separately, right? So once you enter your user ID and password, system will connect you to the easy access, SAP easy access. This SAP easy access is for the end user. Okay, so end user can go to accounting, he can go to financial accounting, general ledger accounting, document entry, and he can start entering the transactions. He can start posting the accounting documents. But the thing is, if the system itself is not set up, okay, because see, if a customer wants to post something in ABC India Limited, but if he is double clicking here, there is a company code here, right?
Yes.
In this company code, there is nothing called as ABC India Chemicals Limited. Why? Because that is not yet set up. Okay, at least this is a test system. There are a lot of companies which are already set up. But if you are talking about a new implementation, as I told you yesterday, you will be only able to see some company codes which are pre-delivered by SAP. Okay, so if you want to create your own, if you want to do the transactions for a particular company code, you first need to create this company code. Okay, so for creation, this easy access will not help. Easy access is for the end user. For consultants, most of the time we will be looking for SPRO. SPRO is a transaction which would be used on day-to-day basis for the consultants. There is end users will not have any access to SPRO. Okay, so click on SPRO. Once you are in SPRO, click on this SAP reference IMG. Okay, and here there is something called as enterprise structure. So enter into the enterprise structure, go for the definition. Now within definition, it is not only finance, it is if you are going for the controlling, if you are going for logistics modules, if you are going for sales and distribution. So each and every component has its own enterprise structure, right? But we don't need to worry about all. We just need to go to the financial accounting because we are understanding finance. So financial accounting, and don't get confused with this company and company code. Okay, I'll tell you what is the basic difference between company and company code. This company, it is only used if there are there are two scenarios where you can use it. In previous versions, not in S4HANA, not in ECC also. In previous versions, we were using company for the consolidation purpose. Okay, so in our case, we have ABC Chemicals India and ABC Chemical US. If you want to perform the consolidation of both worldwide ABC Chemicals, then we were using this ABC Limited as a company. Within ABC Limited, there is US, there is India. Okay, so this is not a legal entity. This is, you can kind of say it is a group.
It's parent company.
Parent company, yes, you can say it is a parent company, and this company codes are the subsidiary companies, right? And because this is a parent company is not mandatory to set up in SAP. Okay, so I can directly go and create a legal entity. Maybe I can say, if a customer is saying, I don't need any consolidation, I have a separate tool for doing the consolidation. Okay, so, or maybe I have only one company. I have only one legal entity. There are many customers who only have one legal entity. So why they should unnecessarily create this parent?
If you India also, if we have 3-4 branches there in Bangalore, Pune.
Branches are not legal entities.
So this is also subsidiary there.
No. See, what happens is, again, you need to understand the enterprise structure from the legal point of view also.
Yes.
So let's say you have a company and you have the branches in Bangalore, Pune, Mumbai. Are these legal entities or there is only one legal entity?
One legal entity.
One legal
Yes,
entity.
they are
Then,
following Indian rules.
yes, that is fine. But if you are using one legal entity and then you have multiple different locations, these locations cannot be called as company codes. Legal entity is what you are reporting to your auditors, you are reporting to your tax authorities. You are not reporting according to Bangalore, Pune. That is for your internal purpose.
Yes.
Right? So within company code also, whatever internal reporting you want to do, there are different options available. For example, we have a business area. Okay, and in logistics we have a plant. So whatever you are saying, Bangalore, Pune, Mumbai, these are plants, right? Plants are where you can do the transactions. Okay, but ultimately legal entity is one because you are reporting for the one legal entity. Okay, so that you need to understand whether your company, whatever branches you have, if they are separate legal entities, then definitely you have to create them as a company codes. So just understand company code equal to legal entity. Don't get confused here. Just think in the mind that whether the branches that they have their separate registration number, are they registered as a separate companies altogether? If the answer is yes, then the company code. If the answer is no, there is only one legal entity, just go for one company code. Okay, so this is, as I told you, optional. This is for parent company. Maybe I can give the example, let's say Reliance Group. And within Reliance, you have Reliance Chemicals, you have Reliance Steel, whatever. Tata Group, Tata Steel, Tata Chemicals, Tata Power, TCS. There are a lot of things which will come under the parent, yes. But we, as I told you, we normally don't use this. This is optional. Nowadays, maybe from last 10, 15 years, this is also used for the other purpose. There is something called as trading partner. So if you open this defined company now, the name itself is changed to the trading partner. Trading partner means if you have transactions between two legal entities. So let's say there is ABC US is selling some material to ABC India, or ABC India is again selling some materials to ABC US, and they want to keep a track how much material I sold to my partners, who are my internal partners, trading partners. So in that case also you can create each and every company code as a company. Okay, just for the tracking of what transactions I am doing, which is internal to my company.
The trading partner is same or is different?
The trading partner will remain same. So 1:1.
Trading partner is 1:1.
Yes. So for India, there will be a trading partner India, and for US, there will be trading partner US. So whenever US is doing any transaction,
sometimes trading partner is different.
No, if you want to consolidate 3 or 4 company codes into one trading partner, that is also possible. So let's take an example. In India, you have 3 legal entities, and you are not interested to look into which particular company code I sold the material. You want to see the country. So what you will do, all 3 different legal entities, you will consolidate into one trading partner as India. Okay, but don't worry about that as of now. That is very exceptional concept. Okay, many customers are not using it as of now. Just focus company and company code. So company, just keep this thing in mind. Company is always optional. Okay, but company code is not optional. If you don't have the legal entity, you cannot do anything in SAP. Right? Legal entity is must. Without legal entity, what you are going to manufacture, what you are going to purchase, nothing. Right? Even if you are saying that, okay, I'm not using FI module in my system, I just want to use logistics. But logistics also cannot do anything if there is no legal entity, right? So you have to go for this edit, copy, delete, check company code. Okay, why this edit means the company codes which are already created, you can change them. Copy means you can copy the existing company code and create your own. Delete is if you do no longer need that company, you have to delete. But this delete, just keep thing in mind, deletion is not possible if you have the transactions. It is not like I used the company for 5 years and now I'm deleting. That is against the legal thing, right? So delete means you created something but you realized I done it for mistake, and then you can delete it. If there are transactions, then obviously there are a lot of different checks which are performed in the system. Still, after the checks also, if you want to go for it, then definitely you have to give the proper reason, and SAP will allow you to delete it. Okay, and check means just a display. I want to check how the companies are created. So I'll click on this edit, copy, delete, check company code. First option is copy, delete, and check. This is coming under one box, and edit company code is coming under another box. So I'll first show you copy, delete, check. If I double click on this, it will show you the blank thing. So you can click on delete, you can click on copy. Okay, and what was the third option?
Copy, delete, and check.
Check. So check is like once you open it and you will be able to check. So for example, if I want to copy, so I'll click on this. It will ask me if you want to copy from which company code to which company code. So I can tell the system one of the existing company code which is already there, and I can ask him to copy everything from that company code. So when we use this copy option, when I told you SAP provides some pre-delivered company codes, okay, for each country. They are called as best practices. So SAP provides, let's say for India, one sample company code for India. Now, if you want to reduce your effort, you can come here and you can say, I want to copy. it not only copies the company code, it also copies all other settings, fiscal year, posting period. There are a lot of things which are automatically gets copied. Okay, so if you want to use that, you can use it, or if you want to start from scratch, you can go for that also. Second thing what you can do is, which is most popularly used, is when you do the rollout projects. I told you what is rollout yesterday. Rollout means if I already have one company code which is working from last 5 years, and now I want to add another company code. I opened a new legal entity, and I know most of the things which I have done at my first company code are going to be same. So instead of creating from scratch, I can go for from company code my old company code, and here I'll enter the new company code. Okay, so that part can be done. Okay, if you want to delete, this is a delete button. Delete organization object. It will ask you which company code you want to delete. But please never use this in any of the system. Forget about test production. Although SAP has provided, there are some reasons for that, but this is a kind of I don't think this is something which we should use. Okay, it definitely requires a lot of checks. Okay, just come out and go to edit company code now. So I'll show you to create from scratch. Why I'm showing you this is, if I show you copy, most of the things will be copied automatically and you will never know what exactly we have done there. So I'll go to edit company code data. Okay, and here you can see the list of company codes which are already available in this system. Okay, you can see there are 675 company codes which are already created in this system. Okay, so you can open any one. Let's say, for example, if I double click on this, so it will show you the company code 4-digit alpha numeric. Okay, it can be either 4-digit alpha, it can be less than 4 digits also is valid. It is not necessary to use all the 4 digits, up to 4 digits, maximum 4. Okay, it can be all numeric, it can be all alpha, or it can be alphanumeric. Okay, company code, company name. This is a company code and this is a company name, whatever name you want to provide. Additional data mean you can add the city, you can add the country, currency, and language. These 4 fields are important. Okay, so current country will decide lot of other factors in the background. Currency will decide what is your main currency, what is your company code currency. This is whatever currency you assign it here, it is called as a company code currency. Okay, and language will decide what would be the default language of doing the not the login language. I shown you yesterday, whenever you are logging into the system is asking you the language. So this is not that language like where the system will get logged in. This language determines whenever you are sending any forms. Forms means when, let's say, you are creating a purchase order or you are creating a sales invoice. Now this sales invoice needs to be sent to the customer or vendor, right? So when you are sending that invoice, when you are generating that invoice, by default it gets created in this particular language. Okay, so don't worry about that, but just remember whenever you are working in any of the country which is English speaking in the sense where the official language is English. Now India is not English speaking language, but our official language is in English, so we'll go for English. But in the European countries, for each country they have their own language, so they will definitely go for French, German, whatever it is. So there we need to be careful. Otherwise in US, UK, Asia, we don't need to worry, it will be always English. Okay, so same way, if I want to create a new company code, I will click on new entries. This new entries button you will find in most of the configurations. Okay, so just click on the new entries. It is asking us what information we want to enter. So we want to create ABC India and ABC US. So I'm just trying if this is available. ABC it is available. So ABC India, right? If it is not available, we need to give some other code. We cannot use the same code for 2 company codes. So this is ABC Chemicals. It is showing already. Okay, let's use it. ABC Chemicals India Limited. City, I will go with Mumbai. Country, IN. Currency, INR. And language, English. Right? When you press enter, or you try to save it, system will ask you address information. Okay, so this address information also you need to collect from the business. You need to ask them that these are the fields that we have in SAP. So according to these fields, can you provide us the complete details which we can enter in the system? Okay, so title would be company. Now here you can see, here the character length was very small. So for example, if a company has more than the number of characters allowed, you can enter it here. They provided two boxes. So ABC Chemicals India Limited. If it is too long, you can enter rest of the part in name too. Okay. Then these are the address information. So street number, house number, postal code, city, whatever information you have, you can enter it here. This is not the mandatory or required information, but the thing is, for taste it is fine if we ignore, because what will happen is whenever this is a address which is used again for the communication. So I told you, you create a purchase order, you create a sales invoice. So when you are sending the sales invoice, it should not be ABC Chemicals India Limited without any address. There should be the proper address, proper telephone number, fax number, all those things you can enter it here. So this information is normally printed on the invoice. Okay. So whatever information you think it is available to you, you enter that information and then click on enter. This is enter button. Okay. So now our company code is created. But now whenever we are going to save something, whenever we are going to change anything in the system, either save or change, system will always give us this kind of box, prompt for customizing request. Okay, what do you mean by this prompt for customizing request? Is we need to understand the system landscape. What the system landscape is, see, there are three systems. Whenever you are going for any customer's implementation, they will be having at least these three systems: development, quality, and production. Where is this, which is a system in which end user will do his transactions? End user,
Production.
end user will do all transactions in the production system. Production system is the actual system which is used for day-to-day transactions. Okay, then what are this development and quality? So let's say, take an example. This is a production system, and your customer is using two company codes, ABC India and ABC US. They are already using from last 5 years. And now they are asking you, we want to add one more company code for ABC China. So if you directly add those companies in the PRD system, chances are that usko add karne gaye, you try to add the third company code China, due to which you mistakenly change some of the settings in India and US. What would be the problem? We are trying to add something which is completely independent of the existing functionalities, and during the addition of that company code, there are chances that whatever was working is also not working. Okay, so this is the problem, right? So that is the reason we should never touch the production system. Whatever configurations we are doing, whenever we are adding any new functionality, we should not directly do it in the production system. How can we avoid this kind of errors? What we can do is, we can do those changes in the development system. So whatever changes we normally do in SAP, whenever we are changing anything, let's say for example, currently we are creating one company code. So this company code creation should be done in the development system only. Okay. Now, if it is done in the development, let's say there were two company codes in production. I added the third one in the development. So if I added in the development, will it be visible in the production? Whatever changes I have done in the development, will it automatically update in the production? If it is updating, then there is no point, right? If I'm doing anything in the development, if it is automatically going to production, then again there are chances that I've done something wrong, which is transported to production and my existing company codes are not working again. So what we need to do is whatever is done in the development, okay, it will not automatically go to the production. Whenever we do any changes in development, first we check it, we test it from our side. As a consultant, yesterday I told you something called as unit testing. Unit testing is the testing that we do as a consultants before we ask users to test. So I added a company, let's say I'm a consultant. I added a company here, I performed my testing and I found out, yes, everything is good. New company code is also working fine and there is no impact on the existing company codes. Okay, but again, I have checked. You are my customer. I checked from my side and I directly entered into production. And you said it is all disturbing my existing business processes. Okay, as a customer, you are saying, no, no, no. You have done some changes in the development. Now, when you're sending those changes in the production, it has impacted my company code. So again, there is a problem, right? Then what should be done? We can ask the customer that, okay, let's have another system in between. Whatever testings I need to do, I will do it here. I will send it to the quality. First, you do the checking there. Only if you say yes, everything is fine, then only I'll move to the production. So before it goes to the production, consultant has also done his testing and customer has also done his part, right? So it should not happen once. Only those things which are properly tested by the user and the consultant, only those things should move to the production system, right? So I have done some changes in the development. I verified from my side as a consultant that yes, these are not impacting anything in the previous company codes, and whatever things they were asking, we have already configured that. So third company code is also working fine. I send it to the quality. In the quality, end user has performed his testing. Now, if he is not happy, he will come back to us. Again, we will make some changes. So this will go on till the time user is not happy. If the user is happy and he said, yes, now everything is working as per the plan, then only I will say, okay, now let's do these things in the production. Okay. But the question is, when I do in the development, let's say I have currently what I've done, edit company code. Okay. So I use this configuration to create a new company code. So once my part is done, I will perform the testing in the development here itself. Now, if I want my user to test in the quality system, do I need to again go to the quality system, go for edit company code and create it? What do you think? Shall I again go to the quality system, edit company code data, whatever SPRO, edit company code data and enter all these details again? So let's say
No.
I took around 15 to 20 days to configure in the development. Okay. I tested from my side, everything is working fine. So will I again spend 15-20 days to set up all those same things what I set up in development again in the quality? The answer is no. Okay, so what can be done? We can do one thing, whatever changes we are doing in the development system, we can record those. System will create a record that you have done this changes. Okay, and once we say yes, now I'm done, whatever changes I have done, make this changes automatically to the quality system. So we will just send that recording and system will show all those things which we have done in the development. Similarly, once the user has tested, again we tell the system that now move the changes from the quality to the production. Same recording will move from quality to production. Okay, so what exactly is that recording? This is nothing but recording. It is asking you, this is a request number, this is a recording number in short. So in which recording you want to store this information? So I'll say I want to create a new. Okay, this recording is for company code ABC Limited. Okay, just for example, I written some short description. You can write whatever you want, whatever you are able to remember. Right, so let's say click on save. So now this is my recording number. Whenever I am happy with my configuration, whenever I'm happy with whatever things I have done in the system, I will, this recording, I will send it to the quality. and again this recording from quality to production. So whatever changes you will do, you have to capture under a particular recording or a request. In technical terms, it is called as a request. You'll move the request from development to quality, quality to production. Okay, and that is the reason it is asking you under which recording you want to save it. So you'll say ABC Limited. If you want to see what activities we have done within these recordings, that also you can go and see in one of the transactions. I'll show you. It became slow.
Gaurav,
Yes,
it's a Mohammed.
Yeah.
I have a question about this TR, transport request number. See, as a consultant, we created company code. Here currency is there, no? INR. Suppose by mistakenly I type to USD. I saved it in particular TR number. After realizing, before going to testing in unit testing, again I will go and check the INR. And after that, this screen will save it to same TR number, or it will take different TR number?
No, it will ask you whenever you are making changes. Let's say now I booked as INR. Okay.
Yeah.
I will go back. Again, I realize no, it should be USD. Right. So I'll open this edit company code data, and for my company code, which is ABCI. Okay, double click here, and here I'll come and here I'll say no, this is USD. Okay, and when I try to save it, okay, when I try to save it, it will again ask me in which recording you want to save this.
Okay, what we have to do in same number you have to save, or a different number this?
No. It depends upon you, I'm saying. So if you want to save in the same recording, you can just click on enter. If you want to tell the system, no, this should be recorded as a separate, then you can create a separate request. Okay, now I'll come to your point. When should we use same and when should we use different? Okay, so see, currently you are still able to see the same recording, right? Why?
Yeah.
Because this recording we are still not moved from development to quality.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's say you only realize this changes not in the unit testing. It moved on into the quality, and your user has said, no. Why you entered INR? It should be USD.
Yeah.
Right. So in that case, that request is also there in quality. If that request is already in quality, if you click on save, you will not be able to see this request at all because this is already transferred. This is already released. In technical terms, it is called as release the request. If it is already released, then you cannot use the same TR. Then obviously you have to create a new TR. Okay, and you have to follow the sequence. Whenever you are moving it to the production, you have to follow the sequence. It should not happen that you are moving the new TR first and then the first TR. See, in our first TR, TR1, we created a company code. Right. And in TR2, we change the company, we change the currency. Right?
Yeah.
And none of this TR is still in the production. Okay, in quality, we move TR1 first and then TR2 to make the changes. Now in the production system, if I tell the system first to move TR2 and then TR1, what will happen? TR2 will obviously result in error. It will try to change the currency of the company, which is it is not there at all. Right? And when the TR1 will go, it will obviously replace all the things which are there. It will just go and put it as a INR. So it is also very important to determine the sequence. Whenever you are moving the TRs from one system to another system, you also need to tell what is the sequence, how they should go. TR1 should go first or TR2 should go first.
Okay.
Understood, Mohammed?
A little bit confusion here. Okay, I got development to quality, and what about quality to production? I had to send first TR1 and TR2, or directly TR2 had to send to production?
No. It totally depends upon. No, you cannot directly say in TR2 because TR2 is only talking about changing the currency. It is TR2 is
Okay.
not creating any new company code, right?
Yeah.
So you have to say in both, and that too in the sequence.
Okay. First TR1. After that TR2 had to
Yes.
send production.
Yes, exactly. If the company code itself is not there, how the system will change the currency,
Mm-hmm.
right? You
Yeah,
have to
that's
follow that
yeah.
sequence. Yes.
Oh, fine. Thanks.
Okay, so let's save it, or maybe if you don't want to save, let me change it first to INR. Currently, we made it as USD. System is slow today. It doesn't take this much time normally.
Vikram, usually in real time, how they do saving the request? They create the new request for every change, or they will continue with the same number?
No, see it again. This is very subjective question. It totally depends upon what exactly you are doing. Okay, so see if you are working on the new implementation project, in that case, you can always create the separate TR for each activity. So creating the company code, I created one TR. Creating the fiscal year variant, another TR. Creating the maybe whatever configurations we are going to do, we can create a separate TR for each activity, or we can use the same TR for entire company code setup. So this decision comes from the project management. Whoever is the project manager in your project, he will tell you at what level you need to create a TR. Okay, this is in case of implementation projects. If you are working on the support, what happens in the support, for each activity or for each ticket, they will give you some ticket number. Okay, so normally on that ticket number, we create a TR. So if you are getting three tickets, if you are getting three issues in the system, for three issues, you will create a separate TR. Why? Because you want to track why I changed this particular thing. So it should be very clearly visible in the request itself that this was related to the incident number this, which was raised by this user. Okay, so there is no correct or wrong answer. It totally depends upon at what level you want to create a TR, right?
Okay,
Is it clear
Vikram.
now? Yeah, okay. Okay, so we created a company code. One company code we created. We also need to create company code for US, right? So first I will go to ABCI and let me first make it as INR, right? Save. I'm saving under the same TR. So any change you do in SPRO, it will ask for TR. This even you will not be getting SPRO and SPRO access in quality and production. As a consultant also, display access may be there. You'll be able to see how many company codes are created and all, but you will not be allowed to make any changes in the SPRO. You will not be able to create any new company code. You will not be able to change any of the field in the quality system. Yes, maybe I can show you. So how it is controlled, you don't need to worry about this technical transactions. Okay, so currently we are using this client. Normally, this is ticked for quality and production. No changes allowed. So now if you go to SPRO, it will not allow you to make any changes. Okay, you don't need to, please don't use this transaction in your system. This is actually basis. Yeah, you will not be even having the access of it. So if I go for company code, edit company code data, okay, it is locked already. So first I need to come out from here. Okay, edit, copy, delete, check company code. Okay, I need to log off because I made the changes in order for the system to SPRO, IMG, enterprise structure.
Client has to change, Gaurav.
Sorry,
Client has to change, I think it was 400 something.
what was client?
400 it was, I think.
Ah, okay, we made 800, right? Changes to
Yeah.
800. Okay, so go back. SCC4, 800, I am making it as it is without impacting it. So 800 was this one, right? And 400, I have to make it as no changes allowed. So SPRO, IMG, definition, financial accounting, edit company code data. See, client 400 has a status not modifiable. So normally in the quality and production system, you will always get this message. What does it mean? It means you will be able to see there is no entry now. New entry and all is gone. Even if I want to make any changes, A, B, C, I, double click on this. See, it is all disabled. It is just allowing you to see. You are not allowed to touch anything. So in the production also, it is like this only. You cannot directly, let's say a user is saying, I'm doing the production transaction and instead of INR, I want in USD. तो आप बोलोगे अरे कौन डेवलपमेंट में करेगा, फिर क्वालिटी में करेगा, फिर प्रोडक्शन में करेगा, डायरेक्टली प्रोडक्शन में जाके USD कर दो, right? So if that is the thing, it will not allow. Why? Because it is not allowed to touch directly the production system because it can have a huge impact. Clear? So I'll go back and change this to whatever it was, automatic recording of changes. So whatever changes you will do, it will create a recording and it will ask you the transport request. Clear on this now?
So Vikram, Srikanth here. So quality and the production user will be not authorized, right? Only the consultant only will able to edit these options.
Yes. See, SPRO, whatever we are doing now, SPRO is only activity that the consultants will do. SPRO activity will never be available to the super users and the end users.
So neither super users also can do that. Okay.
No, super users cannot change it, but super users may have the access to display. They can see what is wrong, but they will not be able to change.
Quality team.
Okay.
SPRO access will not be there to the quality team.
Because whatever the production team is doing, same thing quality team also doing. Right? Phase-wise they are testing.
But not in SPRO.
Not in SPRO.
We are checking the transactions.
EJSS.
Right. So any user, any end user will have the access of the transactions, not this SPRO screen. Okay. So we created a company code. We created one, we need to create another one. So again, I'll go to edit company code data. And I'm still in the modifiable, non-modifiable status. So let's come out and try once again. SPRO, IMG, enterprise structure, definition, financial accounting, edit company code data, new entries. Okay, so now since it is modifiable, it is allowing me to change anything. So new entry, company code ABCU, ABC Chemicals US. Okay, city, whatever you want, country US, currency USD. Okay, these are all available. You don't need to worry. Just click on F4 and each and every country, whichever is in the world, you will find here. Currency also you will find. Language which are restricted. So how many languages are supported? 44. Okay, so you can use any one of this. So I'll go for English. Let's try to save it. It will again ask you the same information, address information. Just enter the country. If you know other details, it is always good to maintain most of the things. Okay, and click on OK. And this is the recording. Again, your manager can tell you, okay, don't record every both the company codes in one TR. Whatever changes you are making for ABC India, record in the separate recording. For ABC US, do it in the separate recording. So that also can be done. Because it may happen
So all
that
this information
ABC
provided by the
India,
manager, or it is
see,
already documented in the blueprint.
no, it is not. Blueprint has nothing to do with this activity. Blueprint is business processes. It is not in the business blueprint. User is not knowing what is TR. This is for us as a consultant, right? Ultimately, user wants all the things to come into the production. How you are doing it, they are less worried about it.
Actually, when we are going to the client section, the document wise, they are mentioned step wise, like SOP we are preparing, right?
Mm-hmm.
SOP means what is your starting point?
Right.
Step wise, all this document.
Yes.
So this type of documentation.
But that is for the business processes. SOP is for the business processes. This is not a business process, right? What we are doing is we are setting up the system.
No, for setting up. So for step wise, they mention anything, they will give you. Okay, you mention you prepare this things only.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, they prepare.
No. This is all about management.
Management.
Right. Even your manager can give you the authority to decide on your own. So you have to think what do you think is good for you, as how you want to do it. That also you can do. So in short, this is like, again, how many TRs to create is a very subjective matter.
Yes.
Okay, totally depends upon
It's
you.
depend upon the situation of business.
Yes. Business has nothing to do with this.
Okay. Depend on the situation.
Again, see, if you are going for a company which is already using SAP from last 20-25 years, see, in the new project, there is no involvement from business on this. When you are going for the support project, and let's say this company is 20-25 years old and they know each and everything about SAP. Okay, so they may set their rules that don't try to club multiple things in one TR. Create a separate TR for each and every activity. So they can tell you that, because it may happen that you are developing 5 things and we decide to skip 3 things and we want to go ahead only with 2 things in the production. So if you club everything in one TR, what will happen? There is no option of only sending 2 things. All the 5 things will go to the production at the same time because all of them are in one single recording. But if you want to move only 2 things out of the 5 things, then if we have a separate TR for all these 5 activities, we will skip 3 and we will move 2. So that customer can tell you. But only this is only done by the expert customers who are already there using SAP from last 20-25 years, and they are very well aware of what exactly is in SAP. Otherwise, in the new implementation, there is no customer role on number of TRs to be created.
So can you delete the TR?
No. How can you delete? If you delete the TR, what will happen to your transactions that you have done?
No, first, if you are like you telling, if my company is an existing company, and I am creating something and we creating the transfer request. At the time of my manager checking, okay, you are it's not required to do this because you have got a proper information, but you have created.
Right. So you mean to say you created something in the development, but you think that this is not required in quality and production.
Yes.
So what you can do is, if you don't send into quality and production, it will remain in the development itself. And what normally companies do is
this one a completely different transport request.
Yes. Completely different transport request, which is only in development.
This request number?
Yes, you have to record the request number. This request number you will be always getting here. There is a transaction SE01. This will give you the list of all the transport requests. Okay, so for my user ID, I want to see whatever transport request I created. See. So that is the reason this text is very important. Text will tell you what exactly this transport is all about. Okay, and if you click on this transport, it will tell you what activity you have done. You have done the customizing task. Okay, what customizing task you have done? What configurations we have changed? Company code, right? So it will show you company code. See, you use this one, edit, copy, delete, check company code. Even if you open this, it will tell you what was changed. So you change the address. Okay, these are the technical tables in the background which are updated. Okay, even though you are not entered the address information, but these are the different tables which are updated in the background.
And we also changes the currency.
Yeah, that also it will show. Let me show you. See, it is showing you created these 2 company codes. ABCI and ABCU. And this T8082, it is showing you made the changes to ABCI, that currency changes. This is the currency table. So it records each and everything, whatever you are doing. Okay, and now let's say company is saying, okay, we don't need these changes to be moved. This will take time. They are still checking in the quality, and it will take time for the customers to agree on this.
Gaurav,
But this
is one more thing.
Yeah.
Sorry for interrupt. There is a two numbers no inside. 530 and 531.
Which one you are saying?
I'm talking TR number is like ABC Limited.
Yeah, this one.
530 531. Yeah.
This is a main TR and this is a customizing task. So every TR will consist of these sub TRs also. But we are going to take care of this. This is the TR that we are going to move. Automatically, whatever sub TRs are available in this one, they will automatically be.
Okay. No, which one we have to send? Developer to quality to production. This one, right? Main.
The parent one. Yes. This is parent and these are child. So once you move this, automatically all the child TRs will automatically go to quality.
At the time of release, which one we have to release first?
You have to release this first.
First this 531. After that, 531.
It will allow you to release this, and then you can send this to quality.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so if the company is saying, I don't want to move this as of now, but whatever changes you have done in the test, I want to move it to the production. So it is always good to have separate TRs. Now, what we have done in test, maybe some activities we have done in test. If we don't create this TR, if everything is in one and you want to move half of the things and half of the things you don't want to move, then it is not possible. And that is the reason it totally depends upon the project requirement, whether they are going to move. If customer is saying, if I move, I will move everything together, then you can create one single TR. If a customer is saying, out of the things I can move one by one, then you have to create a separate TR. Okay, but don't worry about that. That is the last thing when you start working on the project. Your company will definitely tell you this is our process. Based on this, you are going to create a TR. Okay.
Vikram, what is the transaction code to see this one?
SE01.
SE01. Okay.
SE01. Okay. So now we created two company codes. So this part is done. We now have these two company codes available. But how will we tell the system that in this company code we are using April to March, and in this company code we want to use Jan to December? So now there is something called as variant principle. Okay, we need to assign. Let me tell you what is a variant principle. Okay, there are four variants that we need to assign to our company code. First is fiscal year variant. So fiscal year variant will tell the system what is the financial year for my company code. Okay. Number two is posting period variant, which will tell the system which posting period is open for doing the transactions. Number three is field status variant. I will talk about this later on. Field status variant. And number four is chart of account. Okay, I already told you what is chart of account. Chart of account is nothing but list of all the accounts that you have. Okay, so we will go one by one. We will first understand what is fiscal year variant. So if you want to tell the system that this company code will use April to March. So again, I'll go to SPRO, IMG. Now I don't need to go for the enterprise structure. If my company code is already done, I can ignore this and I can go to the financial accounting. Okay, in the financial accounting global settings. Okay, and within financial accounting global settings, I will go to ledgers Within ledgers, there is fiscal year and posting period. So fiscal year and posting period, and you can see assign company code to the fiscal year variant. Okay, so open this. You can see all these company codes are assigned to any of the variant, but our company code that we created, ABCI and ABCU, ABCI and ABCU, these two, you can see they are still not assigned to the fiscal year variant. Why? Because we just created and system still doesn't know whether they are following April to March, Jan to December, or July to June, or whatever it is. Right? So what we need to do here is, here also there is this button. This button means list of values, like whatever list is already available. So if I do click on this button or press F4 from my keyboard, it will open the options. So if I want to use April to March, so most of the companies who are following April to March in India or maybe outside, they are using fiscal year variant V3. Okay, fiscal year variant V3, which is April to March with 4 special periods. We'll talk about what are special periods, but as of now, V3, which is April to March. No, we'll talk about it. It is not quarter. Okay, and second is ABC Chemicals US, which is following from Jan to December. So for Jan to December, most of the companies who are following Jan to December, you will find they are using K4. Jan to December is a calendar year. Calendar is also Jan to December, yes. Right? So fiscal year is also Jan to December. That is the reason it is called as calendar year. Okay, so we now told the system that ABCI will follow April to March and ABCU will follow Jan to December. Okay, now system knows that what is the financial year for these two company codes. Okay, but now let's see what is V3 and K4 in detail. Okay, although we are going to use V3 and K4 in the projects also, we don't apply our mind there also. If a company is saying I am following April to March, directly go and assign V3. If a company is saying we are following Jan to December, directly go and assign K4. Okay, but inside V3 and K4, there are some changes. We need to see what are the differences. How SAP has created V3. Let's say tomorrow, if we don't want to use V3, we want to create our own fiscal year variant. So how can you create that? Okay. So first of all, let's talk about the fiscal year variant in detail. There are two types. First, calendar. Second, non-calendar. Do we need an explanation for this? What is calendar? What is non-calendar? No. Calendar means which is Jan to December following the same month as of the actual calendar. Okay, so K4 is a calendar year. Is V3 a calendar year? V3 is following April to March, so definitely it is not a calendar year. Right? So calendar, non-calendar. Number two is, again there are maybe you can say these are also types, these are also types. These are again different segregations of the calendar years. One is called as year specific and second is called as year independent. You can also call it as year dependent or year independent. When we say year dependent, we mean year has different number of days depending upon which year we are talking about. For example, 2018, February May, how many days were there? 28. 2020 में शायद 2020 is a leap year? Yes. Okay. So 2020 will have 29 days. So it depends upon the year. 2019 में 28 days, 2020 में 20 days. So year is dependent on the actual calendar, year specific. So 2019 having some other number of days, 2020 having some other number of days. So this is called as depending upon the actual year. उसमें कितना दिन रहेगा? How many days will be there in the year? Second is year independent. I will finalize 29. I will fix it 29 February का. 28 भी है. तभी भी maximum is 29. So I don't need to specify every days for every month in the year. I'll show you the example. So just understand, year dependent means it is dependent on the year. It changes year to year. But year independent is once you create it, it will remain same for entire life. Okay, so let me show you this thing, how you can check this. I will go back. This is where the fiscal years are created. So V3, K4, everything is created from here. Okay, so I'll go for V3 first. I will show you what is V3. See, what are the settings for V3? First of all, whether it is a calendar year or not. It is not a calendar year. Okay, what about K4? K4 is calendar or not? It is a calendar year. Okay, second criteria is whether it is a year dependent or not. So K4, although someone has unticked this, normally K4 is year dependent because it is a calendar year and calendar changes every 4 years. Leap year has different number of days, right? So I'll show you one example where this year dependent is ticked. Okay, so let's say for example, someone has created this 4Z and here this year dependent is ticked. So if I click on this and go for the number of periods in a year, it will ask me for which year you are asking me. So I have to specify the year. This means it has become year dependent, right? But if I go for any other year which is not year dependent, if I go for 24, whatever it is, if I double click on periods, it will not ask me for which period, for which year, because it is year independent, right? So you understood what is the difference between calendar and non-calendar, dependent and year independent. Sometimes the questions are asked in the exam if you are planning to write the certification exam. If I have different number of days in different years, then this is an example of a year independent or year dependent. Different number of days in different years. It is year dependent, right?
Yes.
If it is year independent, same days will be there. Understood? So what we normally do, if you are saying V3 is year independent, right? April to March, non-calendar, and year independent. Dependent is not ticked means year independent. So if I open this, if I go to periods, you can see in the month of, this is again something wrong. Someone has made it 28. This is wrong. It should be 29. Okay, because if there is any year with 29, then system will throw error. We have to keep it 29. So you can see here what they have done is, how many periods are there in V3? 12. So first, second, third, this is calendar month. January, February, March, April. But actually, in our case, which is our first month? So that we have written here. So we are saying calendar month 4 is my financial year first. Matlab April is my first period. May is my second period. June is my third period. Okay, and the number of days. So April में 30, May में 31, June में 30, July में 31, right? And you can see this year shift. Year shift means April of 2019. Just understand this. April of 2019 is my first period of 2019. May of 2019 is my second period. June of 2019 is my third period of 2019. So year is same, right? So last one, December 2019 is my ninth period 2019. But January 2020 is my 10th period of 2019. That is the reason there is a shift of, because calendar year is 2020, but my financial year is 2019. So there is a shift of -1. So calendar year minus financial year, that is something which you have to write here. Okay, this is already provided. Nobody has created this. This is something fiscal year variant V3 is already provided from SAP with this settings.
Gaurav, Mohammed speaking.
Yes.
In this case, there is a column, right? Month and period.
Month and period, yes.
Yeah, month 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 12. And here from April onwards, we started 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right.
So when we introduce a posting no, in production, which date he has to mention, which month he has to mention?
So when you are making the posting, you will enter the date. Okay, so let's say for example, you are entering the date 01/04/2019, which is 1st April 2019. Okay,
Yeah.
so according to 1st April 2019, you are falling in the first period according to V3.
Okay.
Because the calendar month is 4th.
Okay.
Right,
So
it will be first period of 2019.
Yeah, when he posting in production, he has to enter the month 4 or period 1.
No. Whenever we are posting, we will enter the date. We will enter the posting date. Posting date will automatically derive the posting period.
Okay,
This one will come automatically.
Okay. But when we posting in production, we have to follow the calendar year. Means this month. This month 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that, we have to follow at the time of posting. Is automatically get into period 1, April month, as per the financial year.
Yes. Instead of calendar year, we should say whenever we are making any posting, we need to enter the actual date. It is not about calendar or non-calendar. It is the actual date. So irrespective of whether you follow April to March or Jan to December, your posting will be done based on the posting date, right?
Okay.
If I am posting anything on 1st of April, and if my fiscal year variant is V3, it will automatically take period 1. If I am posting on April 1st, but my fiscal year variant is K4, then it will take the first period, right?
Yeah.
So it depends upon the posting period.
Yeah. But system will understand how?
From this, we are assigning to our company code. Na?
Okay.
We assigned our company code to the fiscal year variant. Whenever we'll try to post anything in this company code, system knows it is following V3. Since it is following V3, which posting date will fall in which period, it is already provided here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll show you example. If I go for FB50, which is a normal accounting transaction, okay, and system is asking you, it is not asking period, right? It is just asking you what? It is asking you posting date. Or maybe if I show you another transaction, there are multiple ways in which you can do the transaction. See, it is asking for the period also. But let's say if I'm posting in this MA01 and MA01 is also following V3. So if I enter the document date as 22/09/2019, which is today's date, and this posting date is important. So when I say 9, it is automatically taking 6. If I tell no, it is not 9, it is 10. Enter. See, it has become 7 automatically.
Okay.
Why? Because this MA01 is assigned to V3.
Yeah.
Clear now?
Yeah.
Okay. So have you got the understanding what is the difference between calendar, non-calendar, year dependent, year independent? And what is a year shift?
As you said, no, it's year dependent. Have you an example? No? What is it? Can you tell me one second?
Year dependent means your number of days depends upon which year you are talking about. So if you're talking about 2020, you have more number of days. If you're talking about 2019, you have less number of days. So it is dependent upon year. That is the reason it is year dependent.
Okay. So, suppose client is using business within a 12 months, like
Mm-hmm.
7 months, 8 months. After that, he will close certain months business. After that, again, he'll open next year. Can we use this option?
No, no, this option has nothing to do with that. This is how
Okay.
many number of days you have in a month. If the customer is not doing the business for the 5 months, then there is no point in segregating with this fiscal year.
Okay. This is not a right thing, right? For this
No,
option. It's
this is
not
different.
example.
No, no, no.
Okay. Suppose one more thing can we think like our financially ends next year 31st March, right? 2020.
Right,
Suppose
right.
business closed before 31st March 2020, like 25th March. Is it
Uh-huh.
possible if certain business is going to close 25th March
No,
2020?
see, definitely, if you have that legal requirement, that can be configured in the system.
Okay.
So
And
what you need
remaining
to
days
do,
are there.
what you need to do in that case, you have to tell it here itself that my 12th month is not having 31 days; it has 25 days.
Uh,
But that is, I think, see, whatever we are doing according to the legal requirement. I don't think any country will tell you your year is closing on 25th,
okay.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so
Vikram,
yes,
in real
yes.
time, there will be no year dependent, right? Everybody does year independent.
No, 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 not necessarily. As I told you, K4 is normally year dependent because it is a calendar year and it normally is year dependent. So if you follow in US and UK, they are using year dependent only. K4 is normally year dependent. Someone has removed this tick because in the calendar itself, it is very clear that which month is having how many days.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
so in India, because we are following V3 or maybe not only in India, there are many countries who are following April to March. So they will go for year independent. Okay, but K4 is mainly year dependent only because it totally depends upon the year.
okay. Every year we need to assign the year variant, or how it will
No, no, no.
continue.
Variant will be assigned once. You just need to assign this K4 to your company code. Your work is done. Only thing is system, how it will pick the posting period based on the date. That is something which needs to be captured according to the year. So if you see this example, when I say year dependent, here system, whenever you tell the system that how many periods are there in this particular fiscal year warrant, it will tell you, first you tell me which, just give me a minute, maybe multiple lines are selected. Yes. Okay, so let's say this is the example of year dependent. Okay, so if you want to set up this can be different for each year. So if I double click on this, it will ask you for which year you want to set up this. So this is the example of year dependent. It is dependent upon the year. The setting is totally dependent upon the year. But when it comes to V3 and K4 or V3, sorry, K4 in this system, it is year independent, but normally it is year dependent. But if you talk about V3, okay, and double click on these periods, you can see it is not asking which particular year we are talking about. So this is example of year independent.
Okay. Got it.
Clear now?
Yeah, got you.
Okay. Okay, and there is no situation when you are creating the fiscal year variant on your own. So even when you are practicing, instead of wasting your time in creating your own fiscal year variant, I've seen some trainings they train on how to create a fiscal year variant. But according to my experience, we never want to create a new fiscal year variant. SAP has already provided V3, K4, July to June, everything. Then why should we unnecessarily waste our time in creating the new? And there are chances that when you are creating, you will bound to make some mistakes. Better is whatever is provided, use it. Okay, so this was about fiscal year warrant. What is our next thing? Posting period, right? We need to tell the system which posting period warrant, which posting period is open and which posting period is closed for a particular company code. Okay, so that settings we have to do again in IMG. You can see within fiscal year and posting period, first three activities are related to fiscal year warrant, and then we have a separate folder for posting period. Okay, so what we need to do first is we need to define the warrant. Okay, I'll explain you what is this. Just open this, define warrants, click on new entry, okay, and create warrant same as your company code. So ABCI and ABCU. Why I'm creating two separate warrants? Because if I open the period for India, it should not automatically open for US. They should be independent. If you are fine, if you say, okay, I am okay with one single posting period warrant. So if I open the period for India, it will automatically open for US. If you want to avoid that, keep it separate. So this is ABC India and this is ABC US. Whatever name code you want to give, description is up to you. Okay. Okay, let's try to save it. So now this posting period warrants are created. Second is we need to assign these warrants to company code. So India wale ko we will assign India version and US we will assign US. So ABC again. For I we will assign ABCI, right? And for U we will assign ABCU. Done. Save it. Okay, but till now we have not told the system which period is open, which period is closed. So the third activity is we will tell the system which period is open, which period is closed. That you can see open and close the posting periods. So this is where we have to tell the system which period is open and which period is closed. Done. Let's come out. Click on open and close posting periods. Which is our posting period warrant? ABCI. It is completely blank as of now. Okay, what we need to do is whenever you are opening this, click on maintain all. Okay, and copy this 0001. 0001 is a company code or warrant which is provided by SAP. So wherever we want to reduce our effort and we want to copy whatever is available, we just select it, click on this copy button and change this to whatever warrant you created. So first one I am doing for ABCI. 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 Right? Why I created 6 lines?
That is for the different vendors, customers, assets.
Yes. So you can see account type. Okay. So for company code ABCI, I want to open the period for asset postings. So these are the different things. Okay. So let's say if I don't open for assets, system will not allow to post anything in the asset accounting. A is for asset, D is for customer, K is for vendor, M is for materials, which means whatever postings will come from the logistics modules, and S is for normal GL postings. Okay, and plus is a main gate. You cannot skip plus. So the first entry is plus. If the plus is closed, it will not check others also. So that is the main gate. Once you are in the main gate, then you can see whether the A is open or D is open or K is open. But if the main gate itself is closed, then everything is closed. Okay, and what we want to open currently from first period to 12th period is open, or even 12th of 2029 is open in this one. But what is our requirement? We want to open only current period. What is our current period? Our current period is 6th period of 2019, right? So 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Same way, 6, right? Only 6th month. Okay, and that too for 2019. Understood? So this is where we told the system which period is open and which period is closed. So we are just saying 6th period is only open. Forget about this second part now. This is special periods. We'll talk about what are special periods later on. So this is, we are just opening 6th period of 2019 and save it.
Vikram, next month it will take automatically 7th period?
No, we have to come here. It is not automatic. You can do automatic also. It is possible. But normally, this is done manually by the business at the month end.
Okay.
Okay. So what I'll do, I will copy now ABCI because most of the are common. Copy. And I'll change it to ABCU. Right? Okay, and here I want to, the requirement is current plus previous. So I want to open from 5 to 6, right? So 5th month also should be open. Repeating it, 5 to 6. So 5th month and 6th month both are open. This is the range from 5th period to 6th period. 2 months are open now.
Vikram,
Vikram,
I
but
have a question.
actually this is using a US, then the calendar this for month will be 9, no? Oh, sorry,
Yes,
8.
yes, 100%. You are right. We are using US, right? So it should be 8 to 9. Yes, thanks for reminding. Who was that? Divya.
Minalia.
Meena. No. Thank you, Meena. 8 to 9. Correct? So this is how you will be setting up the posting period parameter.
Vikram,
Now,
Mohammed
if
speak.
you try to post anything in ABCU, and if you try to post in 6, 7 or any other month except 8 and 9, it will throw error. It will tell you the postings in this posting period are not allowed. Okay, or they are blocked or closed, whatever it is.
Hello, Vikram, Mohammed
Yes,
speaking.
yes.
Uh, see, August month is closed, right? Hello.
This is not August. This is
No, I'm talking about example as per the financial year of India. Suppose August month is closed, right?
right.
We are into now September month. If I want to change anything, management wants to change in August month transaction. So any controls or we have to do anything in the screen?
Same thing. They have to open the 5th period also. So they have to go for ABCI. If they want to allow the posting in the previous month, they have to come here and they have to change from 6 to 5 again. If this is not open, if this is not 5, then definitely they'll not be able to post anything in August.
Okay. No, if it is open 5th month, maybe mistake will rise by the end user, no? Because many end user people, they do transaction day by day. By mistake also, if they enter wrong month, it will be saved. So any controls are there? Particular person has to do this adjustment in the August month. Particular person, particular user has to do August month adjustment, not all the people. Any controls
Yeah,
from
so
here?
that we discussed regarding authorization group yesterday, right? So you want to allow the postings to be done in the 5th month, but only for a particular person, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Is it what you are asking, or maybe can you repeat your question?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Right? Yeah. So authorization group can control which person is allowed to use this particular month.
Even can you control from here? Like particular GLs he has to post.
Yes,
Particular
yes,
GL.
yes. That is the reason. See, what we have done is GL all plus means all. If I want to tell the system only this GL is allowed to be posted, I can write it here also.
Okay, the particular GL number has to mention from
Particular
account.
GL. So it will only allow to that particular GL, it will only allow to that particular vendor, it will only allow to that particular customer, it can only allow to that particular asset.
Okay, fine. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Okay, so maybe we can close today and we will discuss the other parts of we need to discuss now what are the special periods, and then obviously we need to understand the chart of account. So next topic is going to be very important. This chart of account has to be assigned to your company code, without which you will not be able to do any transaction, obviously, because there is no GL accounts at all. So even if you have some background into SAP, don't miss the next session, because that is going to be very important. There are some changes in S4HANA when it comes to the chart of accounts, how to create a GL and all. Right? So please make sure that you attend the next session. Okay, any questions before we close?
Vikram, one question regarding the open and period close. Okay, can you show that the screen once again? When you
Yes.
say the plus, the first plus,
Yeah.
the first.
See,
Okay.
this means plus to plus means all the assets are open.
Okay. Okay.
But let's say I want to open the postings only for a particular asset. Let's say asset number 1001.
Mm-hmm.
So that I can write it here.
So we have to create
Okay.
different codes to different assets.
Right. So
So in case.
currently we have not created any asset, we have not created any customer. Okay, so later on, once we have the list of assets and customers, I will show you this example that if I'm entering that this posting is only open for a particular asset, then system will not allow you to post any asset in this particular month.
Okay.
It is only open for this particular asset, right?
So in case of multiple, also we can add it. In case if
Yes,
it
yes.
is not.
You can add multiple lines, or you can also add this range.
Okay.
You can also add the range. You can say from 1001 to 2000. Postings are only allowed between the assets which are starting from 1001 to 2000.
In case if it is not in series.
In case if it is not in series, you have to create separate lines.
Okay.
You can create multiple lines also.
Okay.
Vikram Bahuma speaking.
Yes, Mumma.
This from account to account is a plus mark, is it? No? It comes automatically, or we have to
If you
mention.
don't, no. If you are creating, see what we have done, we copied from 0001, right? That is the reason it came automatically. But let's say whenever you are creating for the first time, you either have to provide the number or you have to provide plus.
Okay.
Okay, let's say for example, I'm deleting this line D, right? So now customer doesn't know which customers are allowed. So I'll go for ABCI, account type D, and I only want customers from 1001 to 2000. For them, this 6th period of 2019 should be open. Okay, so now if a customer is trying to post any transaction where he is using customer not in this range, then for those it is definitely closed. Period is closed. This is only open for this range of customers. Now another range of customers also I want to allow, which is 3001 to 5000. Okay, so you can see from 2001 to 3000 are blocked. Again, I am starting from 3001 to 5000. Likewise, whatever number of ranges you have, you can enter it here and you can ignore the remaining ones. Okay, and that too you can tell who is allowed. It is not like anyone with this customer can be able to post. You can say through the authorization group, this requires something from the basis also. This is authorization group which is delivered in the basis. So using this authorization group, you can control which user is allowed to touch this particular month or this customer.
Vikram, plus is used for all the GS, right?
Plus means all. Plus means open for all.
Don't mention anything.
Sorry?
It is empty. It is empty. If it is
Empty
empty,
it will not allow.
empty won't allow.
Empty will not allow. Right. See, empty it will not allow. It will ask you to provide the limit.
Okay. Fine.
Vikram, from this error, can we learn anything like how to solve this problem?
Yes, yes. Whenever you are getting any error, you can click on this and yeah, you can see this is properly given the example. What is wrong? This combination is not allowed. Either you enter plus or you enter the numbers. You can see you can keep this like this also. From blank to z, which means all. From 1 to z also you can take. So whenever you are getting any error, if you click on that error, it will give you the detailed information why it is wrong, what needs to be corrected. Okay, so what I can do is I can say till z, which means all the accounts.
Vikram, almost taking.
Yes.
The last corner of the screen, there are three columns are there. No, what is this?
Sorry,
From
last?
in the screen, right side, from period 3 and to period
No,
3,
no,
it
we are not
is for
discussing
different,
this now. We are
different
going to
columns,
discuss
no?
this in detail. As of now, we only discuss this, right? Period 1.
Yeah.
So for this, we need to understand what are special periods and we need to understand why this third period, this was not there in ECC. This is added now, but it will be too early if I explain it now. Whenever we are doing the transactions at that time, I'll tell you why this period interval 3 is required. And in the next session, I'm explaining you the period 2. What are the special periods?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
So
Okay.
Vikram, who will be doing these period changes? Are the consultant or some the super user will request
Super
somewhere?
users. Super users. Because see, simple. If the question is coming to your mind, who will be doing that? Whenever we are changing this, is it system is asking us the TR?
No.
Whatever is TR related is consultant's part.
Okay. Okay. So
If
that
there
would
is
be
no
the
TR, that is the part which user can do on their own.
okay.
Because consultant is not going to do anything in the production system directly. He is going to do the development, and if he is doing in the development, if it needs to be moved to the production, then obviously the TR will be created. Right?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, any other questions?
No, Vikram.
Okay, if not, we will close this session and we'll meet again on next Saturday, same time, 8 a.m. Thank you. Bye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Vikram.